All right, I think we're live. Let's post that and post this. Let's see if people start jumping in. Hopefully audio's good. Hopefully I don't have any issues with the stream bitrate dropping like just randomly. My last stream was going along just fine, and then it would drop down to like 100 kilobytes, and then I had to like stop and restart it twice, and then it worked fine for like an hour. So it was weird. But in any case, let me pause that, and maybe some people jump in here. In the meantime, in this stream, we're going to be building version 2 of the tiniest ESP32 that I can possibly make. So I'm excited about this. I'll talk about some of the design changes I had to make between the first revision and this revision to get it even smaller. Had to forego a couple of features, or really kind of one feature, which is kind of a big one for ESP32s, but I think for just the sake of trying to make something as small as possible, it's worth it. And basically what I did is I got rid of the UFL connector. So as this particular version, there's no Wi-Fi or Bluetooth capability, but it is a microcontroller. So if you wanted to make something really tiny and have it be controlled by a microcontroller, that's what this would do. So, and there's a couple of little design changes I made. So let's hop over to the down camera here. And hopefully all my audio and everything's good. Ugh. Got a mess around here. So, these are kind of these are Adafruit boards more or less, but these are very small in the, microcontroller field, or whatever you want to call it. So you get these are pretty tiny. This was the first revision that I made. Actually, I kind of have one already assembled. That's basically what the first one was. I'd forgotten to, basically on the C3, which is a chip I'm using, you have to pull GPIO 8 high for it to be able to program. Hopefully that's the case. I don't know, that random camera just stopped working. Let me see if I can turn it back on. Oh no! I didn't like that. I apologize. See if that kicks it back on. There we go. Okay, hopefully that stays. In any case, so yeah, I'd forgotten to do that on this design, so I did that. I updated it for the second one, which is this one here, which is even tinier. So a couple of the big design changes is I got rid of what the UFL connector, or where it would be. On this one I had connected a UFL connector, but I think getting to network match something on such a tiny scale would be quite difficult to pull off. So just for the sake of it, I got rid of the UFL connector, condensed things down a little bit. I put the RGB LED on the bottom side instead of up here. And I got a much smaller crystal. So in fact, I can show you what the original crystal looked like. And then I found the smallest one I could find. They might make them smaller somewhere, but that's the original. And then let me see if, and then these are the new ones. So they're considerably smaller. So that'll save us some space as well. So all that out of the way, those are basically the two big design considerations. And so we're going to assemble this extra tiny one today and see if we can't program it and see if it actually works this time. So without further ado, let me zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing, hopefully. And on the other screen. So I've got a stencil here that I'm going to paste this sucker, and I kind of wonder if maybe this screen might be a little better just for this particular part, because I have to tape this to the bottom of it. I can figure out what to do with my tape. So, we'll get this started. Do the wrong one. Now getting this to stick to the bottom is going to be, or getting it lined up rather, it's going to be interesting. I think that's the right, nope, it's this way. Looks very similar one way or the other. And these components are very tiny as well, so there. That is going to be very hard to... Okay, bear with for a second as I get this lined up so we can paste it. Come on. Right about there. Ah, no. Just moved it. I don't know why that's shutting off. That shouldn't be shutting off. For some weird reason. I don't know why my top-down camera is shutting off. I think the go to sleep function got reset somehow. But we'll be doing most of this under the microscope, so it shouldn't matter too much. Come on. Just gotta get this thing lined up. These pads are so tiny, they're like trying to get this lined up just right. Oh. Definitely a pain in the butt. Jeez Louise. There we go. Okay, don't move. Don't move. Okay, I think that's probably as good as it's gonna get, really. Although that's not perfect, but I'm trying to if I can get this a little straighter. I'm tugging on it. Okay. I think that's probably as good as we're gonna get. So, got it lined up. Now we need to put some paste on there. I discussed in my last stream about, because I'm doing components on both sides of the board. And so I'm using a higher temp paste for one side and a lower temp paste for the other side. That way when I heat up the second side, I don't accidentally, you know, reflow the solder on the first side and components get shifted around. So there's not much to this. I don't even need that much paste. I just need a tiny, tiny bit here. Then we'll smear it on there. Okay. My little card here. Okay. It's pretty easy. Okay. And then try and pull it off without it smearing anything. Let's see what this paste job looks like. That's not bad, actually. It's pretty good, all things considered. Okay. Now I'm just getting this off without trying to pull off the tape here. Without smearing any of the... Okay. Alright. I will put this under my microscope, and I will pull the microscope out here in a second so then you guys can see from there. Better viewing for you guys. Go. That should be it here. Okay. So that's our paste job. It's... Oh, that is. Don't want that on there. Okay. So yeah, paste is pretty good, actually. Maybe up on the side, it's maybe shifted just a touch to the left, but it's fine. All right, now we start putting these itty bitty components on there. And so we got 1 microfarad. Now I do have my I do have the crystals already out and the voltage regulator already out because last stream I couldn't figure out what I did with them. So I spent a bit of time trying to find that stuff. But now, pardon the noise, I just need to get my, this one, there we go. Okay, so we need a couple of these. Potentially. Try to do this without. All right. Should be. Yeah, 1 microfarad. Look like resistors for a second. Yeah, a second here to. That's 1. Yeah, those are definitely capacitors. Need 3, but there we go. Okay. That away. Okay, so first one. Try and do this without smearing anything. Try and do this with steady hands. There. Okay. This one is up here. Okay. Then I need to save this one for the other side. I'm gonna put this up here a little bit, and hopefully I don't get that mixed up with anything else. 10 microfarad. Let's see here. What's this? No, that's not it. Kind of have to go through my reels here to find the zone for the smaller one. Film resistor. Oh, I've got 10. 5.1. 100K. This is probably it. Yep. Okay. I need 2 of these. Okay. Easy enough. Okay. This one's going to go there. And this one's going to go on the end. Okay. And let's do this one first. Second here, sorry. Is that taped down? Yes. Oh, I got a bit too many there. I'll put in that cap, but that back in the box. So I'm just going to move these out of the way so I don't get them mixed up with anything. Okay, so it's on the end. I'm doing this through a microscope, one, so you guys can see it, and it makes it a little easier to see for me, but there's no depth perception, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly how far down I'm going. Okay, 100K. Nope, not that one. I think it is this one. 2. Okay. Perfect. And I'm going to get this small, I like to stick to the tweezers. This one goes in between the two, which might be a little difficult to... Let's try this. Let's... Nope. Nope. That's... Oh, I guess I'm kind of out of screen there. Sorry. Okay. Let's just try and come in this way. Okay. And the other one is just on the other side here. Okay. That's good enough. 10K. Let's see here. Not that one. Not that one. Nope. Let's see. What's this? And now I've got 10K here. One sec. Million. 60 for something. 5 point. What would I do with the 10K? And now I've got 10K in here. Need to find it. Sorry, bear with for a second. This one? Yes. Got it. And I just need one. Which is a one little one. Get a whole reel out just for a tiny little resistor here. Try to push this up here. And okay. This one should go here. I think. Yep. Okay. This one on the end, I think, is. Let me make sure I got. Okay. Just want to make sure this is in the right spot because I kind of got it stuck between the two pads and it needs to be on the end down here. If I can. Okay, that. The board is so tiny, like there's enough pressure here to keep it when I try and push it over. Come on. Okay, right there. Some of this should reflow when it reflows, gets pulled in. 0K, 2 Henrys, which makes me wonder. Make sure I got my Pico. Let's do these real quick. I'm trying to remember what I did with the inductors that I used last time. Who knows where they ran off to. Okay. Give me a second while I try and get this opened up. Come on. Nope, there we go. Okay. And sorry, I get my hand out. Whoa, that is a bit too bright. Okay, want to refocus? Uh-oh. My wife's over here making dinner. Or I should say, finishing dinner. I kind of already ate already with her, but she had extras that she had to finish up. Okay. Enough of that, I guess. Okay, got that one there. And this one is going to go there. So that might be a bit. Try not to blow everything out. Okay. All right, we got the, so got that, did that. Need 2 nanohenries, and what the heck goes there? Oh, just realized that this is not the right spot. That goes there. Because my crystal goes right there. Okay. So I need a 0 ohm resistor, which I think I have somewhere. No, 0201s. That's not the right size. Really should have kept all this stuff together from the last stream. I think I don't know what I do with it. Sorry, let me just look through my little stash of resistors and whatnot. What the heck did I do with that? Did I leave it up here? I feel like I would have left that separate from everything else. What the heck did I do with that? That's picofarad. That's not it. Oh wait, maybe it's over here. Let's see. I think this was the right one. Give me a second while I just quickly Google this. Make your type in the part number because I want to make sure I'm putting the right one on there. But I think this is it. Let's see, 1/1/6S J D T H. Yes, okay. Got the right one. I found it. Okay, we're getting there, guys. Sorry. Turn this back on real quick. Okay. All right. I only have a few of the 0 ohm and 0402s because it's not something I use very often, but for this design, need it. Okay. Put that back over there so I know where that's at. Okay. Don't lose it, please. And 0. Okay, this one goes here. Okay, so now we need the crystal. Put that on real quick. If I can get it out of the tape. Come on. Come on. Let's try the other end. Just trying to get it out of the tape here. I'll try and do it so you guys can see. There we go. Gotcha. Okay. Let me put this back in the packaging so I know what those are. Okay. Flip it over. And this one's gonna go right there. Okay. And we need the voltage regulator, which again is a very, that is not the right one. That is not the right one. Sorry, I'm like, that is way too big. What did I do with the other one? Man, I even set that out because I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to need that for the stream. Then, you know, immediately put the wrong one out. 1 sec. Sorry, guys. Has to be up here somewhere, I think. It should be... There it is. This one should be up. Yeah, that's... Now I remember that. This one's a... The one I just stuck was a special one that I was thinking about testing out for some designs. But we don't need it for this one. This is the one we want. I can do this without. Okay, trying. And it just came out, hopefully. Very easy to lose. Okay. Now, let me just look at my... Okay, one's there. So I gotta make sure I get this in the right orientation. I think it's like that. Hopefully that's correct. Actually, before I stick it on there, let me... So I stuck the same one on this one. Let me just see if I can spot and see if exactly how I have it on there. So I don't think I changed the orientation of that at all. And that's blown out. Yeah, it should be exactly the same. Get out of there. Okay. Okay. This one's gonna go. Woo! Carefully. Did not get that on there very straight. Oh my goodness. Yeah, when I get this small, it's kind of pain in the butt. Okay, something like that. Okay, I don't know if I can, or just a hair maybe, something like that. Okay, and then we can put on, oh yeah, I need the inductor, dang it. Just realized I was looking at it, I'm missing the inductor there. But, I should know exactly where that's at. It should be in this pile of stuff. Let me just look at the different. Maybe. Or is it one of these? Yes. Okay. Found it. You're good. And stick this in here again. Oh, get to fly. Okay. Right. We just need to get, so we put this on, we put the actual chip itself on. Gotta like their little cutout job that they did there. Very nice. Nothing a little sandpaper won't fix, but okay. Come on, get in there. Okay. Now we can do the actual chip itself. I'm using a ESP32C3 because it's basically the smallest form factor ESP32 chip like this that they make, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, so it should go. Just make sure I'm doing this right. For sure I am. Okay, it should go just like so. Very carefully without smudging anything. That's not the best job I've ever done. Something like that. Okay. I don't really want to push it around too much. You know, risk smearing things, but just a little nudge here. Yeah, that's worse. I might be making this worse. Just that I don't want to do that. Okay, now we can reflow it. I don't know if I can get this on here. Bear with, I'm gonna move you up a little bit. And try and grab this without. Put that on the hot plate. See if I can zoom in and turn this on here. Okay, just give it a second here. And we'll let that heat up. It'll take it a second to get up to temperature, but you'll be able to see it. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully this is somewhat entertaining. Hopefully it actually works this time. It should, but you never know, especially when you kind of not completely change the original design, but I did make some substantial changes, so hopefully everything works out, but that's half the fun doing this. Okay, I want to continue to get up to heat, up to temp here, and once it heats up, you'll see the see everything start to reflow. This solder, I think I have to get it up to like 430 odd degrees Fahrenheit for it to start reflowing. Yeah, this is an itty bitty thing. And then on the bottom side, we'll put the buttons and the USB connector and the RGB LED and a couple other little things. Starting to smoke a little bit. How's it going, Ed? Have I done any ESP32 projects with a display? I've done ESP32 projects where, you know, you attach like a, you know, what they call 16:2 LCD display. I've done stuff with Raspberry Pis with like little displays, but not too many actual ESP32 stuff. Okay, so this is reflowing. It's looking pretty good. And I'm gonna say, looks like everything's kind of reflowed nicely. It's so small, it shouldn't take that long to actually reflow. Okay, try and take it off without knocking anything off. Put it down below. Unplug this. Let that cool off for a second. Come over here. Hey, what's going on, Intermit Tech? Watching on TV. Hey, that's cool. I never thought I'd be on TV before. That's certainly one way to watch YouTube. Me and my wife will do that sometimes. We'll sit on the couch and watch YouTube videos. Okay, we're gonna let this cool off for a second, so I don't want to burn myself while I. But it looks like everything reflowed nicely. I don't see any bridges, which is a good sign. It's better than last time. So I'm gonna let that cool off. And now let me see what I did with the stencil. I don't know if anybody else has this struggle where, like, you know, you set something down for like, you know, 1 minute ago and it just vanishes from sight. Oh, wait, is that it? No, that's not it. Is that? Nope, that's not it. What'd I do with it? It's not that big. I literally just set it down here. At least I'm pretty sure this isn't it. That one's been done on both sides. Oh, it's right there. I'm blind as a bat. Okay, so now we will have to do the other side here. Okay. So yeah, this is how tiny this sucker is getting. And then we'll need to put the stuff on the bottom side. That's still warm? No, it's not too bad. All right, this side shouldn't take as long because it's not quite as involved. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this under the microscope. It's kind of tiny. I need to be able to see exactly where I'm lining this stuff up. So just bear with for a sec. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, I think I got it. Like so. So I got everything kind of lined up there. And we need to put the not as high temp paste because we don't want the stuff to come off the other side, all the delicate stuff. So I've got a bigger jar of stuff here. I don't know if you can, I don't even know where the camera's at. Oh. Nope, and it shut off. I don't know why. I'm having camera issues all of a sudden. But I'll have to play with that after the stream. Anyways, I'm gonna just put a little bit of this on there. Not gonna take much. Speaking of which, Ed, your stuff came in the same time this little board did, and I've got one up and going. And I have to do some more testing, but early results look very, very good. So I'm excited. I'll share more with you later this weekend, but it's yeah, looking very good. Okay, let's smear this around. Again, not gonna take much. Sorry, I put this. I don't know why I put the lid back on. I gotta put this stuff back in the. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, so got a little smear there. Let me pull this off, and yeah, looks pretty good. Good enough, at least. Again, try and pull this off without smearing anything. Okay. All right, now on this side, so I think this would be the other one. Try and get this on there. Okay. And let's see what else we need to put on the bottom here. 5.1K. Whoop. Get my other reel here. And that's not it. Is that 51 or is that's 5? Yeah. I'll put the wrong one on. It's 100K. 5.1. Not. Let me see here. Sorry, guys. It's always something. Did I should have. Do that. Gotta find a 5.1K resistor, which I know I have somewhere. There it is. I found it. Nope. All right. Well, that was easy. Just drop that out. Okay. And this one's gonna go here. And then I need a little Schottky diode, which I'm gonna try and steal out of my pick and place machine if I can find one. Look here. Yeah, there's one right there. Okay. And it's gonna go, let's try here. Let's try and put this like so. Okay. An RGB LED. And random hair. Don't want that. Okay. All right, so give me what I need to figure out. I mentioned this last time, but I like the footprint I have for this RGB LED. I don't have it very clearly labeled on how, which direction or orientation it goes in. So I kind of have to guess every time. Let me look at my other design real quick and just see. So, I think that's okay. So, it should be that way, I think. All right. Let me see if that's backwards or. Okay, so it should go towards. It's really tripping my brain out here. 3. So it should go towards the. Okay, I think. I mean, we might have to reflow. I hope I don't have to, but we might have to reflow this to get it to turn on. But good job, Paul. Just tiniest little. Okay, so now we just need the USB connector and the buttons. And let me get this back on screen. It's really hard to see. There. Try to get that on there without smearing anything. Okay. And then the buttons, which, do I have any in here? Probably not. Nope. Second. And once we put these buttons on, then we can reflow it and then we can test it and then see if it works like it's supposed to. And hopefully it does. Okay, got our buttons. And let's try and do this without. These are barely going to fit on there. Ooh, I hope that fits. Hopefully I got enough room between the RGB LED and this button. Barely. Didn't really give myself. Oh, can't even tell. Am I? That is a very tight fit. Well, should have probably gave myself a little more room there, but oh well. As long as it makes a connection, that's all that matters, and that was not very good. I just dropped it. Come on. Okay. That button's holding on for dear life. So really, this should have been shifted more that way, to the left. But it is what it is. Okay. This side I'm going to put my reflow oven because I want to try and heat up the bottom of this thing. So just give me a second It'll only take a minute or so. Okay. All right. So we got that. Let's go back here. Okay. So it'll take a minute or two for it to reflow. Now, I also had, I have to see here. I don't know, the imagination's kind of up in the wild there. I mean, you know, for whatever your imagination desires. I kind of figured it'd be kind of, I mean, I don't know if this is something I'm going to make and sell. It's just something I want to try and make for fun of it. But I think, you know, if you just need something that's super tiny, you know, space is a major consideration, and you're just trying to control something with a microcontroller, and Wi-Fi or Bluetooth is not important to you, then, you know, the tiny could work potentially. We'll see if it even works at all. But I'm gonna open up. Oops. Nope. Nope. I don't know what I just closed there. Okay. Got the library that we made earlier. I updated to the newest Arduino IDE 2.2, and it definitely looks different. That's kind of cool looking. So we'll see. Chat window, there it is. So it's still reflowing over there. In the meantime, I want to clean this up a little bit. Let's just call it BT. Oops, let's go. I think that has to be that. Right? Or is that? Yes, that's what it has to be. Was I changing it to? Although hopefully that doesn't conflict with anything, because BT also kind of stands for Bluetooth with a lot of things. But so this is what we'll try to use this. Turn on the RGB LED, see if it works, if we can even program it. Last time, you know, if anybody was tuning into the last one, we got this far. We made this library, and then when I tried to upload the program, it like just kept crashing, or failed to upload. Yeah, I'm using two different temperature paste, intermittent tech. Yeah, so a higher temp for the side that has all the components as far as like the chip itself, and then I have a lower temp paste that I do for the bottom side. That way you can reflow it without worrying about knocking stuff off. That's generally the best way to go. Sometimes, I mean, if you have like, you can use the same temperature paste for both sides. You just have to be really careful. You don't accidentally knock stuff around. Components will generally kind of like just, even if they reflow, they'll still hold to the underside just from, you know, what's the word? Not friction, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Surface tension. That's what I was looking for. They'll generally stay, but I'm clumsy and I knock stuff off in a heartbeat, so I just use two different pastes. So it's almost done over there. It should beep here in a second. So yeah, that was one of the other things as far as the design changes. I shrunk it in side to side, basically as wide as the USB port is, and so I had to get rid of one of the GPIO pins. Okay, my reflow just went off. I have to open it up and let it cool out for a second, and then I can take it out. So we'll let that go for a second more. Okay. All right, I have to let the let it cool off for a second. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, I had to, I shrunk it down a little bit. Not that I had to, but I thought, well, you know, looking at from the original design to this one, I thought I could make it smaller, I bet. So the only way I think it could get any smaller still would be to use, because I'm using 0402 components, you know, I could probably use 0201, which is even smaller, but I think the amount of space that I would gain would be pretty negligible. Mainly because you're kind of running into constraints as far as traces go. Like, it may be possible, but it would be a real pain in the butt just to gain, you know, I don't even know how much, like, how I could quantify the actual footprint that I'd gain, but it'd be pretty small. That may be a challenge for another day, but for now, this feels like a pretty good go at it, at least. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out of the reflow oven and try. Oh geez, hopefully I didn't just knock any of that off. Kind of grabbed it from the side and it looked like we might be okay. Okay, I'm gonna set it. Okay, let's go back to the microscope for a second, just so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay. So the button's reflowed. Hopefully there's a connection on the bottom of that pads, because it looks like this thing kind of, when it reflowed itself, it kind of sucked itself in. So it might have pushed my RGB off the pads a bit. I don't really know though. But I don't want to chance moving stuff on accident. If it does, we can probably heat it up, and yeah, it feels pretty solid. Okay. But we'll see if it actually programs. That'll be interesting, at least. That's actually pretty cool already. Okay. Let me, well, first thing, let's just plug it in and see if the computer recognizes it. That's always the nerve-wracking bit. And try and get this cable so it stays put. All right, here we go. Oh, shite. Something just, that was hot. And not in a good way. I wonder why I did that. So, was there a short? It got like really hot when I plugged it in, so I'm wondering if I don't have that. I don't have the voltage regulator backwards. It could never just be like super simple where you're just like, oh yeah, plug it in, it works. At least when you're doing, you know, brand new stuff. Let me look at this one again. That looks like it's the same. Let me look at, so let's pull up the old design real quick, and we can compare the two. Okay, so this is the original. Hold on a second, I'll pull it down so you can see it on my screen here. So I want to see, oops. Yeah, it looks like I have them in the same orientation at least. Okay, so what went wrong there? Let's beep it out. See if we don't have a short. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the beeps, but I just use my multimeter. Oops, if I put it on the right one. No idea if you can hear that. So we're just going to put it on ground. Oh. So there's a problem. We have a short somewhere. Now to figure out where the short is. So that's why hopefully I didn't fry anything when I plugged it in. Where's that short at? Let's actually test. This would be a real bummer if there's a short on the actual board itself. Okay. So I just have the other one and I just beeped it out too. And it's not going off. So there's a physical short somewhere. And which is going to be real fun to find. Where in the world would that be? I'm guessing if I had to guess, it's probably the voltage regulator. I don't see any physical shorts on like any of these pins. So if there's 5 pins here and one of them is ground, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, yeah, the one definitely is, but I'm not sure if. Yeah, the middle one's unconnected. Is that the same for the other design? Let me just see. Yeah, it was. Okay. Oh, I just realized you guys couldn't see what I was pointing at. Sorry. This whole time. If you didn't see it, I'm just touching those two should not be connected. Ground at 3.3 volt, which almost certainly means that the short is happening underneath one of these pins. So underneath that little guy, if I had to guess. If it was coming from, let's see if we got, so we don't have a short there. We don't have a short there. Let's try ground. Oop. So we're just kind of beep all these out and just see if we get. Okay. So the only short we have is between ground and 3.3 volt. Now, the fun part, or I shouldn't say the fun part, but the difficult part is I have to be able to heat this up so that I can take that off and, see if I can get reflow, see if the pads will clear. This side, the temp is the high temp paste, and the other side is the low temp paste. So, you can heat up the other side. And obviously, this side has bigger components. So I probably should have done the paste the other way around, but oh well. Anyways, yeah, we need to try and see if we can't heat that up so that it'll reflow. So I'm gonna use a hot air gun for this. Attempt to do that. I'll change the nozzles out on it though. Hopefully everything's stream still going all right. Looks like it. Okay. I don't know how well we might be able to reflow this on the actual. I'm gonna try. I don't. That's as high as it goes. Let me restart this. If the fan is loud, I apologize. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. Let's see. Turn. Okay. Now the problem with it being on like a metal plate like this is the metal plate will absorb a bunch of the heat, but since it's setting kind of above the plate on top of this USB connector and the buttons, hopefully heat will actually go into the solder here and let it reflow. And hopefully it gets hot enough. So I think my hot air gun will only go up to, I guess it goes higher. For some reason I was thinking it went to like 4 something. And at this point we really don't want to, knock anything off the bottom side because that's the low temp paste. Yeah, so basically when I plugged this thing in, like I happened to be holding onto this part of the board, and like it got really hot really fast. I was like, whoo, felt that on my finger. And in fact, it might just be worth it just to replace this regular altogether. Just in case it is fried, I don't have to heat it up again. And hopefully this heats up. And reflows rather. Let's see if I can't. Oh, that is not any better. Okay, good. That came off. And it's gone. And I can't tell if there's any shorts there. Can't really tell very well between my screen and... Don't want to smudge things. Okay. So luckily that came off alright. Let's put a new one on. Grounded in flux. And luckily I don't really have to... I could try a little flux, I guess, but... you turn this off, but I have to be able to get... one out here. So, hopefully... see if I can see it. Come on. Boom. So, now that we have that off, I'm actually going to beep it out again real quick just to see if the short is gone. That'll give me an idea of whether or not I have a problem somewhere else. Okay, there's no short. It's not beeping, which I don't know if you guys could ever hear that or not, but so it was in fact underneath that, which is a good thing. A good thing in the sense that we've, diagnosed what the problem was right away. Okay, so now the tricky part with using a hot air gun with these little tiny components is it is very easy to just blow them all over the place. Okay, so I have to heat this up, and actually I'm gonna try and put just a tiny bit of flux on this, but it's so tiny that like random hairs. That's nice. Sorry, not the prettiest thing in the world there. Don't know if I can get flux on this without it. That's better than nothing. Okay, here we go. Let's try and... I have to let it get hot enough. And it reflows again. Trying to improve the focus a little bit. I think it's reflowing. Maybe. Okay. I think that's on there. We'll beep it out again real quick just to verify that the short's gone. Did you guys hear that beep at all or no? Like when I beep it? That's basically just when these things connect. It beeps. Oh, snap. I just realized that it's pushing the... Okay, well, we're going to have to rework the other side now. Okay, short's gone. That's good. I don't know if I can flip this over. Let's see how these buttons look. Actually, no, I think it's okay. All right. That was an adventure. Let's, as long as nothing else is shorted out. That Schottky diode's not very straight, but it's making contact, so that's all that matters. I think everything else is reflowed, so try and plug it in again. Try not to, hopefully there's no shorts or nothing. I don't hear anything. Put my finger on it to see if it's hot. Okay. We didn't get anything that time. Let's plug it in. We're gonna see if we're getting 3.3 volts, because it's possible that even though I put that I'll put it on this one. Even though I put on a new voltage regulator here, it may not be perfectly mounted right. You might not be able to see my. This is way hotter than you would think it would be here. I'm trying to keep this thing in view, and okay. And I'm gonna stick it on my something's not right here. It's not getting the right voltage, I know that much. So, fairly certain that thing is connected. Schottky diode. Is it going? Don't have any shorts, actually. Let me try this other one real quick. I might have had it on the wrong one. Okay, yeah, we do have a voltage. Nothing there, though. I'm sorry, can't really see it with my hands on the way. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. Sorry. That's upside down, so I was looking at it wrong. Okay, so we are getting a voltage. Why is we not getting anything on the computer, though? Up. Yeah. Okay. That's half the fun, I guess. I need to figure out why. The other thing I'm going to run through real quick is just, there's a possibility that maybe I have like resistors or a component on like the wrong footprint. That's always a possibility that can happen. Oops. That button is really sticking far off the side. So let's go. That's the top side. So capacitor, 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 resistor, 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 inductor, Schottky diode on the bottom. Oh. Schottky diode there. RGB LED. So the only thing I can think of that's, it's either the crystal's not right, which I was hoping it was. I'm pretty sure I got the right footprint for that. Let me see what the other one was. I'm curious. So ground. You know, those are basically the same other than just size. Yeah, goes through there. Those aren't connected, but they should be, because that's the inductor. 3.3. So I probably... Okay, we need to... Sorry, I'm kind of just troubleshooting right now. I don't know if this is interesting or not, but hopefully we get somewhere. So what I'm going to try and do, if I can get this to lay flat, is get this in screen first. So got a ground. I want to see if I'm getting a voltage from this side. Yeah, 3.3. Okay, so the chip itself is getting 3.3 volts, which is what we need. I'm looking, trying to, it's not getting hot now, which is good. Hopefully I didn't fry anything when I shorted that out. No shorts there. The only thing, oh, got you crying at me now. Well, sure, I am pretty sure that I got the right footprint for the crystal, but let me just double check. Not that one. 1 second, I'll gotta log into my account here. Sign in. Order history. So I need to find it's the crystal. Okay, so here's our data sheet for the crystal that I found. So yeah, those are connected. 2 and 4. Yeah, okay, so the crystal's right. The only thing I can think to try is pull off the chip. Maybe replace it. Just see if that works. I mean, it's possible that there's some sort of not a good connection. Because in order for that, let me just think here. So this is what I was missing last time. GPIO 9. And then reset. Reset should be pulled high. Which one's the reset pin? See if I can find a reset on here. I think it's this one, I think. No, that's not the right one. Let's try. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's reset. So that pin should be at 3.3 volts. Let's test that out real quick. So plug it in again. The problem with this tiny little thing is that the USB cable just wants to go wherever it wants. So that pin is and this is gonna be really hard to actually get a reading on, but it's gonna be that pin right there. So I'll make sure I put this on ground. Okay, we got ground. This is going to be brutally hard to get an actual good reading on this. Not really. Getting anything. Wait. Yeah, there is a... Yeah. Wait, no, that's millivolts. That's not right. I'm wondering if... Let's see what my reset circuitry is real quick. Be on the bottom side. It's a possibility. Did I do those wrong, maybe? So two separate. Which way do I have these? Up and down. So reset. Okay. So I want to see if I didn't lay that out wrong. My next guess would be just to pull the chip itself off. Where's my reset? Here. So I'm gonna have to pull this off so I can, oops, kind of see both at the same time. Might be the problem. I wouldn't think it would be though. Okay, well let's try and reflow the chip off and just see if that's our problem. That could be the other thing. Let me just make sure that I'm pretty sure I put it on there right, but yeah. Yeah, that's the right way. Alright, so we're gonna reflow that chip. Turn on my hot air gun again. Try and get this hot and we'll pull it off, and one, we can see if there's maybe some sort of bridge or something, but I wouldn't think that would be the problem. But give it a second here. I'll get this working one way or the other, even if I have to design it a third time, but the only thing I can think of is either I fried the chip when I had the short, there's some sort of jump, going on where it doesn't have a good connection to the pins that it needs to connect to the board, or that crystal's not good enough, or it's not the right setting or something. But I don't know for certain. Okay, a little hotter here. So, yeah. Try to get this hot so I can pull it off. Hopefully. Yeah, it looks like everything else is soldered pretty well. Or as far as like, I don't, see any jumpers or anything. Come on. Turn it up a little bit. Get this free flowing. Unfortunately, this is gonna get really hot for it to, because there's a pad underneath this as well that has to get up to temperature. It does kind of look like this thing's like shifted down a little bit, but I don't think that would matter too much. I'm gonna try and get next one out and ready to go. So I can keep this. Okay. Looks like it's wanting to reflow here. Kind of see things bubbling a little bit. Come on. Come on. Let go. Sometimes, I mean, not that I want to make a whole new one, but at a certain point, it's kind of gotta know when to cut your losses and try again from scratch. But I'm not gonna do that tonight. Just need to get this thing hot enough where it's gonna let go of this chip. And unfortunately, I only have 2 hands. Otherwise, I'd try and hold the board down and then pick it up with another set of tweezers. But it's like, I can also try. Really? See if there's maybe a jump underneath here. Let's see what's on there. I was able to reflow the voltage regulator off just fine, but for whatever reason, this is not one to heat up enough to come off. I'm even like literally holding the board above the plate. So you'd think it would at some point just give out. Come on. What in the world? I'm going to pull this off of this plate and do it out here for a second. I'm sorry if this is off screen, but I don't know. I think the plate itself might have been pulling a little too much heat out, hopefully. That's all it is. Okay, yeah, that was part of it. The crystal came right off after I took off the plate. Let's try the chip itself. Get it flowing. Another thing is, like, you can kind of reflow stuff a couple of times, but it's not a good idea to keep doing it over and over and over again, because they can only handle so much heat. So at some point, you have to kind of just start from scratch and go the buttons. Okay. Trying to. I apologize if this is not on the screen, but I have to do it off the plate. Come on, let go of it. Oh, 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 come on. No, you want to. I can see you moving there. Come on. Come on. Got it off. I mean, I think that jump just happened now, but I don't. Maybe. We'll see. Now, the fun part, trying to get a new one on. I don't know how well I'm going to get this to resolder with. No, such as this high temp. But we're going to try. Ooh, that's hot. Good lord. There's a chance I won't be able to get it to reflow well enough to connect the chip. But it went terrible. I don't think it just made a jump. Come on. Okay. Alright. Can't tell if that's got a jump or not down there. We're going to let that sit for a second. Hopefully we get somewhere with this. So I replaced the chip itself. I don't know if that was a problem or not, but we'll see. I can't tell if that's just a jump or if it's actually coming off. It's really hard to see. Oh. That was really hard to see. I think that's just its own pen, or pin rather. Kind of ugly, but alright. Let it cool off for a second. And we'll try it again. It's possible that it's just the crystal. Maybe the crystal I have is not good enough, or it's 40 megahertz, which is what's called for. I mean, it's basically the same exact deal as what I had before, just on a smaller footprint, but I don't know if anything got shoved around on the other side. Yeah, just a tiny bit. All right, let's rework these real quick. It shouldn't be. Turn the temperature down so it doesn't reflow anything on the other side, but I'm going to try and shove this stuff around a little bit. I don't know if it's going to work with it sitting on the metal plate here, but all right, let me pull it off the plate again. I think it's just... I don't know if you can hear my cat crying, but sorry if you can. She wants to go outside, but it's a little too late for that. Okay, straighten that out. Try and get this RGB LED back on the footprint that it's supposed to be on. Ooh. It'd be a small miracle if that thing actually works, considering its footprint is so janked up. Okay. I think I got it on there. Again, let it cool off for a second, then we'll plug it in, we'll see what happens. If it still doesn't work, you know, I may have to just make a new one, which I'm not gonna do tonight, but it's either the crystal at this point or some other part of the design. I don't think there's anything wrong with the layout. I really didn't change that much other than trick stuff a bit. But we'll see. So I'm gonna let this cool off for a second. My mouse over here. Okay. And hopefully we still got connections on the actual pads. That's also a possibility. I mean, it looks like there's the connections there. I don't know. Let's plug it in. Let's see what happens. Make sure everything's still not hot. Nope. There's definitely another short again. I guess that's kind of the pain in the butt part about making something so small. It definitely got hot again. So I'm wondering if where the short was going to be. Probably these two again. Dang it. It might. Oops. It might actually be between. Hey, what's going on? Fabiazzo? I don't know, Fabriazzo? I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name there, buddy. Thanks for stopping in, though. So I've got another short again. It's got to be underneath the chip itself. I don't see any. That's the only place it could be, because I didn't really even move the voltage regulator, which is where the short was before. I don't know. Hopefully this isn't too boring for you guys. Me just trying to, trace down shorts here. Again, I'm sorry if this is off screen, but just pulling it off and trying to reset it if I can. Ultimate stress test here, because if it ends up working after being shorted several times and heated up and cooled down and heated up and cooled down, I'd be quite surprised, but we'll see. Okay, let's see if we will see. Okay. Actually getting it off is kind of a pain in the butt. Alright. I'm guessing that's where that short's at. Yeah, there is more than one pin there. Alright. Gonna be a small miracle if this works. Let me see if there's any. A bit on the bright side here. Might be a short there. Just go through all of my ESP32 chips here until we get one that works. I really don't even know if there's enough solder left on these pads to reflow properly. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. Oh no. Dang it. moving the actual USB port around. I'll have to fix that here in a second. Turn this down because I don't want to. Just trying to cool off the actual chip itself, and I'll straighten these out real quick. Tell you what, working in this tiny little form factor is definitely not easy. Everything's very cramped together. All right. Okay, we're getting there. Hold on, I'm gonna straighten this out a little bit. Trying to get the hopefully I didn't just fling everything. Try to pick it up and it went flying. That is ugly. As I'll get out. Alright. So that's back on there. Not very pretty, but we got this side. Hopefully no shorts. That button is hanging way off, but I don't care at this point. Let's see if we have any shorts again. Please no shorts, please no shorts. Okay, no short there. Alright, I'm gonna cool off for a second here. Yeah, that button is so far. Alright, moment of truth again. Dang it. Yeah, it's still not. The computer's still not recognizing it for some reason. It's either that crystal. It's the only thing I could think of is that the crystal's just not the right one. And it's I can't fit the actual other one on there because its footprint is way too small. I think is this one. 40. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way to get the I think to try is replace the crystal, but yeah, I was hoping we'd get one that actually worked this time. But something's not right here. It's either the crystal itself is, you know, not the right thing for this particular setup. It should be. It's 40 megahertz. It's the same exact, type as the other one I have. It's just a smaller footprint. Yeah, I don't know why. So, not unless it's just, maybe it's the USB connector, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know. So I was using a slightly different USB connector than what I had used on the last one because I had some more laying around and this one seemed like it would fit better. But I can try and put one of the other ones on and just see if we can eliminate that as a cause. Just give me a second here. I need to, whoops, kind of modify this one a bit. Get it to. Okay. Bear with me for a second, guys. Sorry. Ah, don't lose it. Okay, so move that out of there. There's that one. This is kind of the original one I was using. I mean, in theory, it should be exactly the same, but I mean, maybe it's, yeah, maybe it's just not getting a good connection down there. Let's swap it out real fast. If this doesn't work, then it's some other issue going on, but just gonna heat this up, and then we'll stick the other one on, and I'm gonna laugh if that's what the problem was. And then it's gonna be a shocker if the RGB works, because I've moved it around so many times. Okay, I'm trying to heat this up here. Carefully. Get it off, get off, okay. Oh, that's funny. Without the connector on there, it's like the board itself gets super light and it like wants to float around with the air. That's funny. Probably gonna have to put a little more tape paste on here real quick. Okay, just about there, guys. Sorry. New one on. Really hard to get push it around when the board itself is so dang light. Okay. Pushing it down. Hopefully we've got a good connection there. Again, I'm really sorry if that air is super loud. Okay. Oops. Kind of looks like we have a connection. I'll let that cool off for a second because it's pretty warm, but. So if this works, I'd have to make sure that this thing kind of shoves over a little bit. I don't know why I have it so far to the left, or to the right rather. I don't know why I did that. I don't know if I just thought I had more room or... No, I wasn't even on that. Sorry, I was on the desktop screen the whole time. So... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. I'm a moron. I just realized what I did. I cannot believe I just did that. So, the reason why it's probably not working is because this is the RGB, if I can click on it, this is the RGB LED right here. I have the RGB LED sitting on these pads, and I have these sitting on where the RGB LED is supposed to be. So that's why the reset's probably not working. I cannot believe I did that. Hold on. Let me go back to the microscope. I'll show you. So basically what I've just done like an idiot is that RGB LED should be sitting here, and these two should be sitting where the RGB LED is. Wow, what a dumb mistake that is. So, I guess I'll did that. That's an all-timer right there, I'm gonna tell you. So that's gonna be in the center. And I even have those flipped around backwards. Okay. Well, let me. Luckily, these are the low temp paste side, so they should come off fairly quick, easily. But that was just wasted probably a good 30 minutes trying to. And I if it doesn't work after swapping these around, then it's probably something like I've fried something from all the heating up and tearing down and heating up and all that fun stuff. That explains why the button was so far off to the side. So, get this heated up real quick and then I'll... It's definitely an all-timer. Come on. Okay, so I just realized that the stream was like at 100 kilobytes a second. I don't know how long it's been like that for. So I really apologize if I've been going for a while and that has been the case. So 100 kilobytes a second then craps out. So this stream's basically probably destroyed. I don't even know what the online version's gonna be. Yeah, this has been frustrating to say the least. All right, let's... Nope, still nothing. I'm gonna have to like rebuild one. I think there's probably just too much stuff that's been heated up and reheated, and the USB just came off. So, all right, well, this has been a fun exercise and not getting anywhere. Yeah, apologize, guys. Hopefully, I was hoping I could get somewhere with it, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is just completely remake a new one because I've reheated this thing up, moved components around. I'm fairly positive what's happened is that, well, I mean, I know for certain I had the RGB LED. Let me go here again. I had the RGB LED where the resistor and capacitor was, and I had these two here, which is not right. So that certainly caused some issues. I tried swapping them around, but at that point, I plugged this thing in. I had a couple shorts, so who knows what's fried and what's not. So this particular little one, I think is a lost cause, but I'll just make a new one and try again. Not tonight. It's getting pretty late for me. I have to go to bed here soon, but yeah, we'll get there. I'm confident we can get something that does work eventually, but for tonight, that was fun and frustrating at the same time. I'm glad I realized the mistake I made, because I was like, I couldn't figure out why I had stuck the RGB LED so dang close to like this button, and it wasn't until I was looking at this again, then I was like, wait a minute, those are in the wrong spots. So anyways, I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for tuning in if you tuned in. I have no idea what the live version of this is gonna look like. I might just make it unlisted, I don't know, because I kept looking over and my stream bit quality went down to like 10 or 100 kilobytes a second, and I'm like, what is going on? Why is it doing that? And it wouldn't reset until I like paused the stream and restarted it, so who knows. Anyways, if you watched that, thanks. Hopefully you found it somewhat entertaining, even though I didn't really get anywhere with it. And yeah, so I will it's a holiday weekend in the U.S., so maybe on Monday or something I might stream again and give it another go, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream or whatever. So.